Hello and welcome to my Southern Maryland two-gun match video for winter 2024. I am mauserdude. To start with, I'm going to run through my equipment. I used one of the older rifles I have. It's over a decade old. It's a BCM, essentially a BCM parts kit with an MTAC on top. And I just painted it back in December. And this is its first run while painted. The MTAC variable power scope I have uses this reticle. And I find that it works really, really well for the types of two-gun and action shooting matches I go to. I use my trusty CZ75B. I've had for quite a long time, lightly modified with Cajun Gunworks grips and sights, and a larger safety. And I usually run it in single action mode and running a red fiber up front. And I use a Blue Force Gear kind of two-part belt, and you can see all the equipment I have there. Run a med kit, tourniquet, holster, knife, and a dump pouch. And also used a South African chest rig to carry all my extra junk. I tried not to, I wasn't running prepper at this match, but I did carry everything with me. I just put my rifle down between stages and dumped my old mags as I used them up. I was on squad 1, so I started on stage 1 when the big pit. And this was kind of, you started in the left corner, shoot some targets while retreating, and then advance around a corner and engage more targets. And you could transition a pistol whenever you wanted after the first set of targets. These first 3, you kind of let loose as long as you knew your height over bore, and you retreat back. And get a couple more. Almost ran into a barrel there. Come in the corner and slice the pie. And go down, there's one way down in the corner. And then you show clear. Clear. And come around this corner, engage all the steel, slice the pie. And here is where I made my big mistake for the day. There's a no-shoot behind that popper, and I think my fingers are cold, and I let loose, and I managed to nail that no-shoot twice. So that wasn't a good start to the day, and I took 2 shots on that popper. So little head shake there as you kind of go through and we go, oh crap.
Holster. Range is clear. Nope. 4195. Not clear yet.
And in that stage, I ended up coming 21st.
Sorry.
Out of, I think we had about 30 shooters. I can't remember the exact number. Then off stage 2. Stage 2, we started prone, shooting from underneath the table. Some squads seem to kind of game it. I will have to work on getting the directions right to force the start position that I intended. I shot it and my squad shot it as intended, kind of shooting from underneath the table there. And I left this in to show you kind of getting ready. And the targets you can see are all in the open, so you need to engage them near to far. So you kind of have to. I kind of hoped when we set it up to get it, so you had to adjust your shooting position.
Ready.
And be careful not to shoot the front right leg of the table there. So. And I almost immediately make a terrible mistake. Not terrible mistake, but a mistake. And the buzzer goes off, and you can start. And you sending 2 shots at everything. And luckily, I remembered that right here that. Oh yeah, it's 3 shots. So I have to go back and re-engage everything. So I had to shift position again, and then there we go. And then you show clear, and then sling and move to the next set of targets. Come around the barrel, and you started with an empty pistol on this stage too. And here I remember everybody gets 3. So, and I end up blasting away. And this stage I also came in 21st, so that was 2 stages with about the same performance. Not good. I got a couple penalties there for shooting out of order, and that kind of hurt. And then it was off to stage 3. Stage 3 was our standard stage. You have 2 shooting boxes, and you kind of have to engage all the targets with 1 shot each. From each shooting position, go back and forth a couple times. You'll see how it runs. One little trick is at least one of the headshots has to be one of the shots has to be a headshot. So you'll see that I opted to do the headshots right from the get-go, and I left this in. I had a little trouble inserting this mag. Well, actually, no, right before the camera stopped here, I think I had a little trouble inserting the mag. I wasn't sure if it was because of the paint or just having issues. So here, I take my time and try and do headshots with the rifle at this distance. And I started off with my sling on. I tend not to do that by default, but this stage, it seemed to be a pretty good idea. So I loosened it up a little bit. And here, I ended up taking body shots for the rest. And then I go back and body shots again, and just a half-second hesitation to make sure you got a good sight picture. Then you show clear, and you can start with the inserted magazine, but no round in the chamber, so you had to rack the slide once. And that far target was deliberately set pretty hard. There's a no-shoot right in the way, and it did indeed catch some people out, so I opted to go easy to hard for the last round of pistol here. And the last pistol shot, just take a second to make sure. That stage, I ended up coming to 18th, so a little better, but still not awesome. But I was pretty happy with the accuracy, I think. Well, no, I was down 14, which isn't awesome, but a lot of people were down like 30, 40, 50, 60. So it was a tough stage. Then stage 4 was, we went back and forth from stage 4, pit 4 and 5. So it was all rifle in one pit, all pistol in the next pit. And you'll kind of see how it runs. And we used a mover for this, with an activator with a rifle. We'll reuse this because it's nice to, you don't get to shoot movers with rifles very often. And I took an extra shot at it. And you come around here and then you slice the pie. And I set these targets kind of down to catch people with their height over bore. Come here at the port and engage those targets. And this stage was set up a little different than as intended, but it worked out okay. Those targets were originally meant to be charge targets. You'd run down and shoot them up close, but it ended up just being headshots around the barrel. It was a tricky shot, but it was still pretty good. I came in 11th. I was down 13 on that stage, so that wasn't awesome. Then it was off to the rifle range. Mark set up this stage, try something different. It's awesome that we get to use the rifle range. So essentially here, you start off with a magazine of 5 and the pistol, and you engage an IDPA target with a no-shoot kind of angled against it. And you have 6 rounds, but you have 5 in the gun. You have to take 6 shots, with 5 in the gun. So here I just saw my sight picture and squeeze the trigger, and you have a dump bucket, and then there's a IDPA target at 100 yards, and notice my magnifier's set to 4, and you can shoot underneath the first target you engaged to shoot at the 100 yard, and I think that was, I can't remember, 5 or 6 rounds, so 6 shots. And like I said in the opening, this rifle setup is about perfect for this. I have a 4 MOA center dot, and it's 0 to 100 yards, so there's no offset. All you had to do is remember the IDPA target down 0 a little in the middle. I ended up coming 16th out of 28 or 27 shooters. Not super awesome, but I had a blast, and it ran pretty smoothly despite tons of withdrawals and dropouts because of the potential weather. And there you see in the TAC scope class, I came in 3rd. And you'll see my individual performance here. And it got better as the day went on. I don't know if it was just, we started a little late, and trying to run a squad of 4 is pretty small, and it's kind of distracting, but you got used to it as the day went on. So I came in 2nd on the rifle stage. I was very, very happy with that. That's probably the best shooting I've done in a match in quite a while. So I was quite happy. And as always, thanks to Merrily, Gus, and Sprinkles I'll see everybody at the next match.